head's full of fools that be creeping. Wake up in a sweat. Sometimes I hear you screaming, scared of all the things that be waiting when you're dreaming. Now I pull you close and baby, you need to listen. Nothing's gonna touch you without my permission. So let me tell you how I understand what you feel, cause it took me way too long to learn monsters are real.
Forget about vampires, don't mean ghosts, ain't talking about demonic hosts. It was evil close to home that always scared me the most. Yeah, born by a cemetery, top of a hill. You know I walked on all the graves and I remember them still. Oh, never hurt me or subvert me, no, they just shared their stories. I had a proper education with the stone allegories. They read of sacrifice and suffering and dying too soon, and even children who were taken by the light of the moon. It was no good, I understood that life is made out of pain, and even those who say they helping only do it for gain. Just like the time I had 6 teeth pulled right out of my head, yo. I screamed and bled, and my dentist joked that maybe I was dead. Whoa! The man who spoke of righteousness, they said he's a preacher, and the one who taught us science, well, they called themselves teachers. But when they beat me, cheat me, then defeat me, I cried for help and gave my plea, but you just looked away the day I almost drowned, you see.
The fear got inside me and it dug in deep, till I could see it in the mirror and hear it whisper in my sleep. It was lurking in the shadows and it beckoned from the black, getting closer and closer, and there was no turning back. Till at school I saw it grinning in some mean kid's eyes, but when I tried to tell the teacher, she said, I'm sick of your lies. So I ran home and hid in my room and let my poor mind go wild, cause there was something very wrong now with this freak-ass child. Yeah, I watched horror movie killers and studied comic book villains, for the world done made me sick, so monsters were my penicillin. And I learned everything I could about the circles of hell, what the demons and the devils and the secret places they dwell. But the real scary shit was the kids who lived down the lane, a gang of jocks with a handful of rocks who said they'd bash in my brains. Like a bitch I ran and fell in a ditch into a flooded storm drain. The kids laughed and they spat and they celebrated my pain. Just a small town evil, right? Just like a stranger thing. So I summoned a demigorgon and cast a spell for my demon king. I will trade my soul, you can have it whole, just give me vengeance and might. But then I spilled some blood and called his name to the morning's first light. But my prayers went unanswered, yeah, that's a running joke for me. So that's what I did, I ran from that town to a university, into my waiting doom, a concrete room, a prison under key and lock. And I thought the rules there would keep me safe, but son, I was in for a shock, because the inmates smelled my weakness like wolves all ready to feed. They howled with joy when I cried out, placed bets on who'd make me bleed. And I begged for help to friends and even strangers, but none were forgiving. I had received my life sentence, and the cell I got was living. But then one day I fell sick, and in the fever I had a vision. It wasn't no mistake, 2 paths I could take, either worship or derision. And when the fever broke, no joke, I swear that's when everything changed. The weak and sad and desperate boy, now a grown man deranged. I put sugar in your gas tank and seduced all your girls. Put some boom in the oven, man, then I blew up your world. Found the biggest and the baddest and took a home run swing. Made 100 wedding vows, but man, I never gave out one ring. And I laughed and I sneered and I beat my chest as I watched them all weep. But the rush, it turned to terror every night in my sleep, because the pain was my monster upon a throne inside my head. And in this kingdom of fear, the beast would reign until I was dead. But then all these years later, the nightmares finally ceased, cause the magic in your eyes, that was my gateway to peace. You're an angel of compassion on a mission to heal, cause everyone is suffering, son, and monsters are real.